Hey, what's up guys? YAE's rearm banner just dropped, and I know that there has been a lot of controversies regarding her kits in the past, like how slow she attacks or how clunky her attack movesets are, etc. But ever since the introduction of Dendro, she is becoming somewhat of a monster now. I will briefly talk about her updated artifact sets, her weapon selections, and also the new Aggravate or Hyperbloom team comps, with a gameplay showcase at the end of the video. Now, before we dive into her artifact sets, let's talk about why Dendro changed YAE's gameplay completely. When Dendro meets Electro, this reaction will apply a Quicken Aura on the enemy, but Quicken Aura has its own characteristics. If you apply Pyro or Hydro, it will consume the Quicken Aura, but applying Dendro or Electro will not consume the aura. And since reactions have no internal cooldowns, it means that as long as your character can apply Electro or Dendro, it will 100% trigger Aggravate or Spread. YAE's elemental skill creates an Electro totem, but the totems all share the same internal cooldowns regardless of how many you created. It attacks once every 2.8 seconds. Since it shares internal cooldowns, and normal ICD has 2.5 seconds timer, it means that you can only trigger Aggravate once every 3 hits from all the totems or every 2.5 seconds. YAE can also be played in a Hyperbloom team comp, which relies on her Electro application to apply Electro to the Dendro cores. Hyperbloom deals damage to both the players and the enemies, so YAE being a ranged unit and a catalyst user, she can maintain a safe distance from the explosion while applying Electro with 100% uptime. Both of this impacts how we build YAE. As we know, YAE's passive gives damage bonus to her totems by 0.15% for each elemental mastery she has. Aggravate also scales off the elemental mastery of the character who triggered it. YAE's ultimate burst also has no ICD, meaning each Thunder Strike could trigger Aggravate, which also benefits from elemental mastery. Before Dendro, building YAE with high attack is the go-to, since giving her elemental mastery will only give her a slight damage boost to her totems, and the Electro-related reactions are so underwhelming. But now, since elemental mastery affects her elemental skill's damage and the Aggravate damage caused by both her elemental skill and elemental burst, building EM on YAE is actually worth it now. But we also need to balance both her attack and elemental mastery, since the majority of her damage scales off her attack. Here I'm using 2-piece Shimenawa and 2-piece Thundering Fury. All pieces are the same except the sense. I tried to find a piece that has almost the same crit damage ratio, but I couldn't find it. And I also ate a crit rate food for consistency. Using attack percent sense, I dealt 19,174 with Aggravate, and the ultimate burst, the initial hit deals 30,962 damage, and the subsequent strike deals 38,070 with Aggravate. Using EM sense, however, I dealt 22,668 on the first strike and 10,284 on the last 2 strikes. The ultimate burst initial hit deals 28,285 and the subsequent strike deals 33,866 even with Aggravate. So as you can see, giving EM to YAE on an Aggravate team is not the best choice since all her damage scales off attack. You're sacrificing so much damage just for a slight boost on her elemental skill. On the other hand, if you're playing a YAE Hyperbloom, then EM is the best one since Hyperbloom's damage depends on the EM of the character who triggered the reaction. The artifact set for YAE is also pretty much the same for Aggravate YAE, going for 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Thundering Fury to maximize your damage. But for Hyperbloom YAE, going for Gilded Dreams is probably better since Gilded Dreams boosts YAE's elemental mastery so much, perfect for her since she's the one who'll trigger the Hyperbloom in the Hyperbloom team comps. For both Goblet and Circlet, it's still recommended to go with Electro Goblet and Crit Rate or Crit Damage Circlet for Aggravate YAE, but for Hyperbloom YAE, you should go for full EM on Sense, Goblet, and Circlet. Weapon choice is pretty much the same. Kagura's Verity is still her best in-slot weapon. Lost Prayer to Sacred Winds or even with Sit is a great option for Aggravate YAE. The new catalyst for Nahida, 1000 Floating Dreams, is also a great option since it boosts your attacks and elemental mastery, and a lot of other 4-star weapons like Mapamare or Solar Pearl is also great on her. And now let's briefly talk about her teams. For the Dendro characters, you can go with any that you like, such as Nahida, Dendro MC, or even Quali. The third slot typically is another Electro that could either be an off-field sub-DPS, or even a battery like Visual, or even a healer like Cookie. For Hyperbloom team comps, you can replace the second Electro character with any off-field Hydro character like Yelan or Xingqiu. The last slot is a flex slot. You can go with any characters that you like as long as that character doesn't ruin the Quicken or Aggravate aura. Any characters like Zhongli or Kazuha is viable here. That's it for the short updated guide on YAE MIKO, and I will showcase her newest playstyle on the Abyss. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you think that this guide is helpful and you wish to see more guides like this in the future. Until next time, see ya!
律令チョック呪言有限なる来店足りなく時そこだ
手をつなぎましょう知識はあなたにも
嫌いマジでいや私を律令チョック律令風を知るもみち散らまく押しチョック律令風の行く先を渚のリン邪魔をするな
全部丸見えねこれこそが知恵の伝道
チョック呪言振動の剣言チョックしっかり立ってないや
手をつなぎます
しかならずやっばい邪魔をするな風の行く先を雲が借りなチョック律令チョックせい
知識はあなたにも
来光意図美しきかな律令チョックしっかり立ってな
手をつなぎましょう
や
全部丸見えね
嫌いマジで風の雲の行くごと呪言律令
これこそが知恵の伝道手をつなぎましょう
面倒じゃ振動の権限チョック呪言雲が借りなく時邪魔をするな
はびこりなさいや
チョック律令せい風の行く先を